Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 1. We like to present our compiled project answer. Next.
My name is Abdurrahman bin Muhammad Husaini.
My name is Ahmad Dini Akil bin Salihin.
My name is Ahmad Hilman bin Ahmad Badruddin.
My name is Hanim Bakis binti Ahmad Yusri.
My name is Hani Shafika binti Khairil Azli.
So, for the case study, our case study is based on a local government website, which is the Kajang Municipal Council, or known as MPKJ. So basically, MPKJ is a general government website that handles all sorts of processes that are related to government, especially for Kajang district. Here, the user can use the website to settle their things, such as the tax payment or applying for a job for the government. Next. So this is the example of our user interfaces. Next.
Introduction of the MPKJ website. MPKJ website provides service to make things easier for the user, such as tax assessment, waste management service for disposal of waste, counter service to handle customer inquiries, and e-service. Non-functional requirement that MPKJ not have is security requirement, which is the website is not fully secure, which use HTTP based and not HTTPS. MPKJ main page have announcement, latest news, online application, staff links, and also quick link. Objective MPKJ to provide an efficient, quality, and responsible municipal management advice to ensure customer satisfaction.
In this website, also provide a few services, which is tax assessment services and community program. Not only that, but they also have information of Perbandaran Rendah Karbon Bandar Baru Bangi 2035, job vacancies, and e-participant. In this MPKJ website, there are few user references sections, which are firstly, home, secondly, showing what MPKJ is all about, thirdly, citizen section, businesses section, and lastly, visitor section for someone who wants to know Kajang. Information that can be seen by the user who visit this website is day, date, and time on the right-hand side of the page. There is also searching space and QR code that can help users to access the web page by scanning the code.
Functional requirement of the website. Changing language is a functional requirement of the MPKJ website. The websites allow users to change language based on their preference. This helps people from many countries to change language if they do not understand English or Bahasa Malaysia. Next, job vacancies. The system will give an application form to the user for them to fill in the details. The job application can be notified by the administrator and they can come to MPKJ office for the interview. Next.
Other than that, each staff shall be uniquely identified by his or her own username and password to access classified information of MPKJ, such as only people with authorities can access CCTV recording, maintenance of the system, and user information. Next, users should be able to file a complaint and ask for help from the system and getting reply about the problem and difficulties that occur, such as when the system is down, user can click the e-complaint and will transfer to the other website that working properly with instructions that are available on the main screen about what user need to do. Next.
This website has function to show the daily prayer time for every user that use this website. This feature is very useful for the Muslim, especially for those who always to keep in touch in their prayer time so they can perform their prayer right on time. This website also provide the annual calendar for every year and provide a reminder for a user to check any important dates for themselves to settle their businesses with the government. Next.
One of the functional requirements is flexible font size, which can make the alphabet become smaller and bigger according to what users want it to be. For example, someone who has farsightedness forgot to wear their spectacles too, so they can just adjust the size of the letter bigger than normal size so they can read the information on the website. Furthermore, this website is also a color-friendly website because they have an option for colorblind people to choose. There are so many benefits of providing these facilities because of designing colorblind accessible websites.
The next functional requirement is payment services. The user can pay assessment and compound from online using debit or credit card to pay taxes. A system of orang kurang upaya, OKU people also there in the software. Lastly, the functional requirement is the latest news. The users can read the latest news in Kajang Municipal Council software. Next.
Non-functional requirement of the website. The non-functional requirement that can be found in the website is the security requirement. The MPKJ website is not secure due to the website still use HTTP, not HTTPS, which means that it is not encrypted. So people can spy on the user easily. Next is Daniel.
Other than that, systems should implement user privacy by not publish user personal information, such as for online payment, data as an account number, home address, where maybe other user will use them for their own benefit and endangers others. Next is Ilman.
Okay, since this is a government website and not some fancy website, the structure of the system of the website can handle more than 8 megabytes. So the website can have too much feature, as this will give an effect to the user's experience. Thus, this website is not fully efficient when it has many features, although the features are very useful to the users. Next.
Based on the website, the non-functional requirement is robustness, which the time to restart after failure happen on the laptop does effect to this website page, which need to search back to the website page to get back on the current page. The probability of data corruption or failure is high because when someone tries to pay their tax by e-payment and there is failure on the internet, they need to fill their data back to make the payment through the website. Next, Hanif.
Other than the non-functional requirement is the constraint on the services or function offered by MPKJ is interface crash. For example, the interface crash happens when a lot of users using the software at the same time. For example, at the end of the month when the user wanted to pay the taxes in online payment. Next.
Okay, the principle. The principle is user diversity. Some people have disabilities that can limit their ability to use a specific software. For example, majority of people have poor eyesight, which makes them hard to navigate the website. The MPKJ website has size adjust and color changer. This helps user to use the website at any font size or color for their comfortability. Next.
One of the user interface design principles is user familiarity, where based on the user-oriented terms and concept, which is user potential know or at least familiar with, where will help reduce the learning curve or don't even need to learn and can use it right away. Example, a screen capture. So directory is used to provide the employee's organization information instead of using folder or document, which will hinder the user. Next.
It's a very basic needs for every website or another given website to have a recovery mechanism that allow the users to recover from any mistakes during using the web page. Therefore, the user interface design principle that is implemented into the MPKJ website is the recoverability. Every website, including MPKJ, must have a recovery mechanism page to recover from any mistakes or any error that occur during the user using the website. Next. Next.
Other than that, user guidance is a need in every design. This type of design principle will make it easier for a user to find their purpose and does not waste their time. For example, based on the MPKJ website, there is search column. It will reduce the time for the user on the website. Based on the figure above, each label shows user guidance design in this website.
Additionally, consistency is also recognized as one of the user interface design principle. For instance, the functional of Kajang Municipal Council should be same from the beginning to the end. The user should able to do the e-services and e-payment in the website from the beginning until the end. If there is no continuity in the design, the user in the user interface, it will make it difficult for the user to achieve their goals on the MPKJ website.
Okay, the MPKJ website has prayer time API, which is shown at the front page. The API shows 5 Muslim daily prayers. For example, if Muslim want to look to the website for today's prayer, they can go to the MPKJ website to check on the prayers. The API also link to the Jakim official prayer time for the prayer time zone. Next is Daniel.
Next is calendar API that can be marked and highlighted by the admin to notify the employees and user and help them to be alert and can check the event that occurs in MPKJ, such as Mesyuarat Jatuhan Kuasa Infrastruktur Bill 10/2020 on 18 December 2020. Only selected employees need to attend the meeting and having a discussion. Next is Hilman.
Okay, next is the payment processes API that included in this website. This is because every government website, especially MPKJ, will act as the tax payment and any other types of payment platform that is related to the government. Therefore, it is obviously for the developers and the programmers of MPKJ website have included the payment processes API to ensure the payment process done by the user is secure and managed properly. Next is Hanim.
Furthermore, one of the API inside MPKJ websites is font size. Design of the website by the different font size such they bold the title of this website, Majlis Perbandaran Kajang, which will make it clear to see by the users. Next is Hanif.
Lastly, the API used in my study case is Google Translate. The MPKJ need Google Translate to because MPKJ has various type of language. This provide the link to a web translation engine which translate automatically to the languages of choices as users choose. Not just that, it allows the users to understand every content on the website depending on the language that they chose. Next.
There is three types of API that can improve the MPKJ website. Firstly, comment API. This API can improve the MPKJ website because the user can give their comment about the website and give their thought to the MPKJ government official. For example, Facebook Comments API can give the MPKJ website a comment function for every article they made in the news web page. Secondly, is YouTube API. It is not a wise choice to upload files in a server. Thus, with YouTube API can quickly connect video players to the website and configure playback settings. Lastly, MPKJ is providing a geolocation API for end users which will show the route data along with real-time traffic insight that could estimate distance to travel and arrive at MPKJ from our location. Example of geolocation is GPS, Waze, and Google Maps.
Okay, the strategy of VNV data validation. Inaccurate data could create the project with less confidence to the client. If MPKJ use inaccurate data, the project could become inconsistent and harder to track faulty. The validated data can help project team to detect errors and changes. More detailed data becomes available. Hence, this strategy is suitable for MPKJ VNV to increase confidence. Next.
Verification and validation confidence study is by checking the code to ensure that the right data and logic have been entered and get other to read a second check, especially complex logic. Expressed in a format of documentation for non-experts such as end user to check the data and can obtain the opinion of those who have detailed knowledge of the system. Next.
Another verification and
That was.
and validation confidence strategy that is related to my case study is the conceptual model validation. As we all know, every software or in and users industries real disadvantages and might cause problem to the users. So generally, every software system or website that are created must have their own purposes and conceptual reasons for why it's created and depends on its developer. Next is Hani.
Furthermore, to develop a better understanding of the real world is by experimentation the model. For example, the MPKJ website is the best way to show to the real world whether through seeking solution to specific problems or through general inquiry. There are various facets of significant validations process required. For more detailed understanding, the reader is directed towards the specialist literature on experimentation simulation. Next is Hani.
Moreover, black box validation is also one of the verification and validation confidence strategy. Comparison with the real system is one of the V&V confidence strategy. For instance, MPKJ can compare the system with other systems such as Seremban Municipal Council and Johor Bahru Municipal Councils. It helps to increase the confidence. Other than that, the comparison only can serve to increase verification and validation confidence. Next.
Yes.
There are a few types of maintenance costs, which the first one is staff skills. The cost needed increasing in increasing staff skills is training practice. To train the employee because the insufficient staff training lead to loss of customer. Untrained workers can cause to lose clients, failures and accidents happen. So the company have to pay the fees in increasing employee skills. Next.
Next is contractual responsibility. Contractual responsibility is important for the MPKJ website for future changes and maintenance. For example, MPKJ owners do not give additional payment to improving website performance will lead to developer not having motivation to maintain the system performance and resulting in unprofessional work. Next.
Other than that, program and age and structure tends to be degraded by change, so they become harder to understand and maintain, and many legacy systems have been developed without modern software engineering technique, where not well structured and focus on efficiency rather than understandability. This will give hardship to the next software engineering that will have to do the maintenance, such as having a hard time to understand the system and need more resources to make a change. Next.
Besides online payment, the main page of the website also needs to be maintained, which will affect the maintenance cost factors for program age and structure. For example, on the main page, the developers provide a lot of functionality such as font sizing, colorblind friendly website, and variety language can be used. Those functionalities need to be upgraded so it can be read by all over the world.
Finally, the maintenance cost factor that influence the software post-development is the team stability. For any regular, basic and complicated website, there must be a group of a team that will handle the development of the website system. Same goes to MPKJ website. It is a general government website that serves as a service platform to the citizens of Kajang for them to make any payment and so on. Thus, it is necessary for the development of the website to have a group of teams to manage and handle any procedures regarding the websites. Next.
The first handover problem is insufficient system knowledge. This is the key of the problem. This is because both development teams and evolution teams must provide a comprehensive structured awareness to conduct their tasks after handover because it has different levels of knowledge requirement. Next.
Next handover problem is inefficient communication. When handing over the project to the maintainer, both parties must communicate frequently. For example, if maintainers do not communicate well with the developers of MPKJ, the website could get many errors because they do not understand how the system works in detail. This will cause the MPKJ owners need to pay more to the maintainers due to time for the maintenance. Next.
Furthermore, inadequate documentation or insufficient documentation because documentation is considered as main, primary and core source of the information for reference and having difficulties with the system. Next.
Another possible handover problem that can affect the project entirely is because of lack of domain knowledge. Lack of domain knowledge means the organization that is responsible for the project does not possess any sufficient domain knowledge that is required to handle the project successfully. Thus, they were unable to understand the whereabouts of the project entirely. Next.
Lastly, the handover problems of the websites are difficulties in tracking changes. Handover of the software is one of the most critical stages in the software life cycle. When the successor is lack of knowledge or insufficient in tracking info into the details of the system, the handover to the client will make it difficult to accept it or even make a payment of the software they already produced.
Okay, firstly, the law is continuing growth. As time to time, software will be aging and the environment of the system will be changed. Users at the time will become less satisfied with the system due to no evolution to stay relevant for many years. For example, the MPKJ website function does not change since the last year, could potentially become irrelevant as time passes by. Next.
Next is program evolution dynamic to the system organizational stability, where over program lifetime its rate of development is approximately constant and independent of the resources devoted to the system. Next.
The next Lehman law that is applicable to my case study is the conservation of familiarity. My case study, which is the MPKJ website, is a general government website that is used by many people to settle their things with the government directly. The system, the structure, the features that MPKJ website have should be maintained as familiar as it could, so the user will not mistakenly do any errors and still can be comforted while using the website. Next.
The last law derived from Lehman's law is feedback system. The feedback system can keep everyone on track. It helps the development team avoid major mistakes and help creating a clear and honest communication flow about the errors occurred in the MPKJ website. Next.